Well, good evening. Welcome to Twilight Talks. I'm Brian Reagan, and this is
Tyler Kelly.
And tonight we are in the book of Jude. And for those of you who are old enough, that is not what the Beatles song was about. They were not telling people to read the book of Jude. But they should have been.
It should have been.
It might have worked out better for some of them. But nevertheless, tonight we are in verse 6 of Jude. And Tyler, go on ahead and read verse 6.
And the angels who did not keep their proper domain, but left their own abode, he has reserved in everlasting chains under darkness for the judgment of the great day.
All right. And so as you and I look at this is a continuation, just like the children of Israel, when God brought them out, they didn't believe. They did not keep within the boundary of what God had set for them. So they were destroyed. The angels did not keep their proper domain or their first estate. All right. Verse 7, I'm going to deal with this now so I can deal with verse 6. As Sodom and Gomorrah and the cities around them in similar manner to these, having given themselves over to sexual immorality and gone after strange flesh, are set forth as an example, suffering vengeance of fire, likewise also these dreamers defile the flesh. What dreamers? The dreamers in verse 4, the corrupt false teachers. All right. Now, they're using the grace of God to engage in lawlessness, wickedness, lust, whatever. All right. But the children of Israel in verse 5 were destroyed because they did not believe. The angels were destroyed because they did not keep their proper estate. And the people of Sodom and Gomorrah did not keep their proper estate. No, brother, they were destroyed because they were all homosexual. Okay, first of all, if you go and you read the prophets, you'll find out that it wasn't just an issue of sexual sin. All right? It baffles me when someone like, brother, they were destroyed because they were gay. Really? So you mean to tell me the only sin in Sodom and Gomorrah was homosexuality? That no one was committing male to female fornication. It was just male on male. Apparently. But then they'll say, and see, that's how we know the angels were making babies with human children. Okay, wait a second.
That would imply male and female if they were making children with. That doesn't work either.
That's the point. The likewise and the in similar fashion is about people not believing, obeying, and staying in the boundaries that God has set for them. Whether it was Israel and I had someone go, but brother, they were engaged in sexual immorality in Israel too. Yeah, that was male on female or female on male. And Phineas settled that real quick when he put a spear through two of them in the middle of the tent, right in the middle of that. I didn't know that was in the Bible. Man, there's all kinds of wild, crazy, cool stuff in the Bible. You got to read it. You know? The simple fact is, I don't care unless God Himself tells me when we get to heaven that Satan and the angels got a bunch of human women pregnant specifically to agitate God and create a race of super giant humanoids. Just no. Tyler, if I have a corn plant next to a tomato plant, and they both pollinate or whatever they're going to do I ever end up with a corn plant, a tomato corn plant hybrid?
I don't think so.
Not naturally.
Nope.
You know, see, in the Old Testament, book of Genesis, it says everything produced after its own kind. You know what happens when donkeys and horses get together? You know what animal's made from that, don't you, Tyler? Mule. Guess how many mules reproduce? None. You know what happens when lions and tigers get together, right? What do they call them? Ligers or something?
I think so.
Ligers or tigrons, I don't know what they're called.
Ligers.
Okay, ligers. No, it's really pretty. I mean, and a mule's a good looking animal. But how many ligers have given birth to other ligers? And you said, where are you going with this, Brian? Here's where. What you want me to believe, if you say that angels got human women pregnant and they gave birth to giant humans, is that God made it so that everything reproduced after its kind, except for human and angels. But Hebrews 1 tells us that angels are ministers of flame, that they're flame beings. And humans are dust beings, infused with God's Spirit. Last time I checked, fire and dirt, two totally different. And so, we'll come back and finish this off, but I wanted to address that. Because I get tired, no matter where I'm at, for nearly 20 years. And even before I went back into full-time preaching, so did you know that the angels came down and they got human women pregnant and that was why God destroyed the ancient world? No. The descendants of Seth, who are the sons of God, married the descendants of Cain because they were good-looking girls, kind of like the Hatfield-McCoy thing. And it brought corruption to the entire planet. That was the problem. Because all those wicked daughters of Cain's descendants corrupted all of those good sons of Seth's descendants. You say, well, they must not have been too good. That's the point. And by the time that Noah built the ark, the whole planet was basically ruined. And here's the other part of it. I get sick and tired of people saying that every problem in the world is because of homosexuals. No.
I thought all the problems of the world were because of sin in general.
Sin. But apparently it's okay to commit fornication as long as it's male and female, but if it's male on male, female on female, that's evil. God says it's all sin. And it's all damnable. And the simple fact is we all got to get serious about some repentance before the wrath of God cracks down on the whole planet. Like massive bad. You got some other thoughts on this, my brother?
No, sir.
All right. Have we been about as balanced as we can on this topic?
I think so.
All right. I'm Brian Reagan. This is Tyler Kelly. For Twilight Times, good night.